All right. Trying to get that out of the way, but it's like I got cowlicks everywhere. Today, we're doing Red Hots. Red Hot candy canes. And yes, you can clearly see my family got to taste these before I did. It's not fair, but anyway, the Red Hot candy canes has been on my early acquisition for this list, and I've been curious about it since. I know where I can get some more, so if I really, really like these, I may go buy a few now that the sale, they're probably on sale for half price. So I'm going to snag some more if this is good. But that's the real question. Is it good? These are Red Hots are a cinnamon-based candy, so I'm kind of hopeful. At least if I remember correctly. Yep, that's cinnamon. Oh, that smells nice. Oh, like a cinnamon bark. Oh, I could have so much fun with this. And again, I got a piece on the floor. Are you kidding me with this? I guess it's a tradition. I'll just be walking on shards of candy cane for a while. That's nice. Ooh, I like that. That's really nice. It's very similar to a cinnamon button candy. That's probably not the best gesture for that, is it? You know, their little round disc. That's not better. The round discs of candy that you can get that are little red discs of cinnamon candy. Very similar. It's kind of lost in the Coke. That's not bad. I'd be curious to see if you could pull off a. Would it be a mulled Coca-Cola? Like a mulled cider? M-U-L-D. M-U-L-E-D. Oh, no. M-U-L-L-E-D. Not M-O-L-D. Cinnamon, I think you'd probably want to put a little vanilla in there too. So like a cinnamon vanilla Coke. I'd be curious to try that. Or something else. Could you do like a cherry cinnamon? Maybe. I mean, it's been a long time since I had a regular Red Hot. So like this tastes like the cinnamon button candies. Not like I think the thing that made a Red Hot was it wasn't just cinnamon. There was a little bit of that chewiness to it. And in some ways it was a little bit sweeter and a little twist on the cinnamon taste. It's not quite like, this is one type of cinnamon flavor, and it's pretty much a straight cinnamon taste to it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's decent. There's a little edge to it. Like it's in the way the flavor is sort of released and how it plays across the tongue, I think. I think this is too glassy. It's too much of a hard candy, whereas a Red Hot, I think, is like a soft. It's not a chewy candy. It's not a caramel, but it's not as much of a shattering hard crack. And I think the reason that plays a difference in how this works, the flavor of the Red Hot cinnamon is there when you're sucking on it and not chewing on it. But with a Red Hot, there isn't as much resistance to its dissolving and spreading on the tongue. So you get a piece of that candy in your mouth, and it's sort of like, it's a little bit more like, trying to think, what's a good example of something like that? I kind of want to say licking the coating off of a Skittle, like sucking it off. Terrible turn of phrase. Taking a Skittle and putting it in your mouth and sucking on it until the color goes away. That dissolve that happens with that, it's not an instant dissolve. It's not like licking icing off of a cupcake. But there is a sense of each pass takes a swipe off. And you're getting a coat of that where you lick. Whereas with this, you get the sense that your tongue has brushed against a thing, but it's not taking any of it. So where your tongue touches, you get a little bit of the taste, but not a coating, a spread, a smear of what you're licking. And so I think the hard candy, glassy surface on this makes it not as easy to get, because the flavor is good. The flavor is relative. Like when I suck on it and get enough of the outer coating to soften, the spread gets better. And once I've really started to do that and I can then bite and crunch, that spread is like a Red Hot and it works. It's just not right away do you get that flavor from it. So just plain sucking on it, you can probably get there. I don't know that I'm a patient candy cane eater. I think you've probably seen in these videos, I go relatively quickly through it. But yeah, they're pretty good. I feel like if I were to do this as like a marshmallow, the flavor would be really good. You almost want a crust on a marshmallow like that. You sort of want a little resistance before you get to the soft chewy. I would almost do this as not quite like a hard candy shell, but if you could do like a crushed, like the crunchy crystals on Marshmallow Peeps, and maybe just a little bit of a, like if you took that crystallized sugar mix that you put on the outside of a Marshmallow Peep, you wet it enough that they can kind of bond together and start to form a very thin shell, and then you redust it with a little bit more of it. That might be the way to do this. I feel like the importance of that crunch texture, but not necessarily like a shatter texture. You don't want it in like a chocolate coating style, because I think that's too soft and it's too smooth. It's too creamy, and that's not what this needs. But I feel like that crack snap of cracking a piece of candy Something harder than a Skittle necessarily, but not quite as hard as a hard candy like this. Just a little bit of a crispy shell on a marshmallow flavored with this as well. Those would be really good marshmallows. I would go for those hard. All right, so that's the Red Hot Candy Cane for the 5th day of Christmas. So thanks for joining me for that one, and I will see you for the 6th day of Christmas coming up. So looking forward to seeing what we try then, because I still don't know yet. We're not there. But happy 5th day of Christmas, and I will see you for the 6th.